clause expires, because that takes you 2 weeks before the beginning of the Premier League season. I know in this modern age you've got Friday games and so on, but when it was written, I think it was basically to do with the Saturday and the weekend, 2 weeks before the Premier League season. So about 24 hours if somebody wants to trigger it. My expectation is it won't make much difference. The clause is 60 million up front, 8 million in add-ons. Arsenal have already communicated to Crystal Palace that they don't want to trigger it now. They might need an outgoing first before they formalise their interest in EZE. But the expectation is still they'll bid at some point between now and the end of the window, and lower than this soon-to-be expiring release clause. And as a consequence, it will fall on Crystal Palace, because once the clause is gone, they can shut the door. They can demand that the previous active clause is matched, or maybe they can entertain a lower amount. And I think Arsenal are looking at Anthony Elanga, who moved, of course, to Newcastle from Nottingham Forest. And because Eze's only got 2 years left on his deal, they think 55 million might be competitive if Crystal Palace choose to sell. What I think is going to complicate this, though, is if Mark Guéhi goes first, and we know that Liverpool are interested and Palace are more inclined to sell because he's not going to sign a new deal, then again, they may shut the door on EBERECHI Eze, because today Oliver Glasner spoke about how he's quite disappointed with the summer so far. And the only thing that's going to make it worse is if Guéhi leaves, if Eze leaves, because then they're in a position where they're scrambling at the end of the window. So